evening, everyone. Buenas noches. Wow. Thank you, Maestro Luke and the American Pops Orchestra. Hey. Aquí estamos. We're here. Y mira que fancy. So just take a moment to clap for your beautiful selves. You too, Mo. Look, this is a thrill. Even my tocayo Toñito joined my family tonight. That's really saying something. Wow. On behalf of the Hispanic Heritage Foundation Board of Directors, led by my brother, Chair Emmanuel Pleitas, stand up, Emmanuel, and entire HHF board. Get up, Monica, Stacy, Claudia, Eric, Tatiana. Who else is here? Jonathan Padilla. Everybody that's here, stand up. And on behalf of our hardworking staff that made this all happen, not me, them, led by Connor, and on behalf of our co-host organizations and our dedicated sponsors who are in boxes and on the floor, it is our great privilege to welcome you to this 35th celebration of the Hispanic Heritage Month at the fabulous Kennedy Center, which has been our home for so many years. As Latinos, I've always said we belong in every room we're in, and we belong here. Shout out to our past honorees that are joining us tonight. Some might be wearing their medallions, which make them look like even bigger superheroes than they are. But also, thank you for being here. Gil Coronado, who was at the first Hispanic Heritage Awards in 1988, and I call him the father of Hispanic Heritage Month. Nuestro Padrino, along with Rudy Bali and Rudy Becerra and so many others that made this possible and made it possible for the entire country to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month. I'm also grateful to PBS for once again broadcasting the Hispanic Heritage Awards on September 30th, so tune in at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and tell your familia and your networks that they can share in our vision, accomplishment, and cultural pride. On the TV broadcast, we are honoring Daddy Yankee, Marvel Studios' Victoria Alonso, actress Ariana DeBose, entrepreneurs Alejandro Velez, Nikhil Arora, the first Latina military pilot, Olga Custodio, nuestra Top Gun. And out of East LA, the legendary Los Lobos. Okay, so that's the TV part, but we're here live, and tonight we are joined by several of the 2022 Hispanic Heritage Awardees, and let me just have them stand up real quickly. Victoria, please stand up. She's in a box. Alejandro, Nikhil, Olga, and Los Lobos. We're here to pay you tribute. Be recognized. As a community, we don't get recognized enough, so it's our privilege to be able to recognize each other and everyone that's in this audience. We have an amazing night of performances, tributes, IG influencers, and a coming together through our presenters, performers, and our host, Justina Machado. The performances will include multi-Grammy winning band Los Lobos. We will also have La Reina, the queen of Mexican rock and Latin Grammy winner, Alejandra Guzman. Panamanian singer and songwriter Bossa, who was featured by Billboard as Latin Artist on the Rise, is here. And actually, Mari Carmen and I just took a picture with him, and he has spikes coming out of his, so he looks like a porcupine. But he's awesome. We also have Black Puma's co-founder and guitarist, Adrian Quesada, and Puerto Rican vocalist, Ile, that are performing Mentiras con Cariño. Ile and all of our Puerto Rican familia, we're thinking of your beautiful island of Puerto Rico that has so full of pride, resiliency, and promise. And we're also thinking of our familia in Florida. We will also feature a special performance on racial solidarity by the godmother of soul, the great Patti LaBelle is here. She's a goddess. It is critical we come together not just as Latinos, but as familia, sticking up for our familia across other communities. Let's not forget that as Latinos, we need to address racism, homophobia, sexism, Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, colorism. And we need to stand with people with disabilities along with other marginalized groups. I see you, Tammy. Inside and outside of our community, we should know better. And our activism actually needs to start at our own kitchen tables and then in our social and workspaces. Speak up, stand up, show up. At HHF, we show up. We will continue to aggressively and creatively serve our community by adapting our programs to the needs of our communities. I've always said that our communities lead us, it's not the other way around. We will continue to conduct our Charla series on issues that are important. We will continue to teach 100,000 youth how to code in English and in Spanish through our Code as Second Language initiative. We will continue our youth awards, our LOFT workforce and leadership development programs to identify, position, and connect top young talent to each other and to the private and public sectors, including the LOFT Institute with Juan Sepulveda, who's our board member who's here, and Trinity University, where just yesterday we hosted students from across the country and across 10 priority fields at the White House, the People's House, that welcomed our young leaders and challenged them to have an even broader impact through role models like Julie Chavez Rodriguez and others who took time to spend time with them. Appreciate you, Nat, Melody, Josh, Ruben, and others who are here tonight. Appreciate you. And let me just hear real quick from the LOFT Institute Fellows. Represent. And we'll continue to work on the border and in our neighborhoods with our marginalized migrant and refugee communities by supporting the work of our past honoree and my great friend, Sister Norma Pimentel. This brown heart that I carry in my pocket, symbolizing the space I keep open en mi corazón for our immigrant, migrant, and refugee familia that need to be treated with dignity and value. Yes, as an organization, we will continue, but we will also create new paths forward in our mission. I've always said everything you can imagine can be real with action. And we just developed the first Latinx-themed game, Minecraft's History, that'll be played by 30 million kids in 30 different languages. We launched an educator academy with Kid Museum and Cara that teaches teachers how to use making in engaging Latino kids that get into STEM. We launched a podcast with TikTok called Fritanga, so subscribe on Apple, Spotify, and everything else. Right now, we even work with the NFL all year, culminating with a presence at the biggest American spectacle, the Super Bowl. So thank you, Marisa, and everyone else for working with us. And we're there because we belong, because we're here, because we always have been, because we always will be, 62 million strong, and I mean strong. So speaking of belonging, I also want to recognize the leadership of Henry Munoz, Estuardo Rodriguez, and now Jorge Samanillo for getting us even closer to a Smithsonian National American Museum. It is important we share 500 years, not just of Latino history and stories, but of American history and stories, because we are America. And it has never been more important to demonstrate the tremendous value that our community provides our great country. In so many ways, we bring value, including as entrepreneurs, as Administrator Isabella Guzman can attest. We are also creators, we are innovators, we provide care, we provide the food we eat, we are investors, we are in boardrooms, and we even need more representation to have an even greater impact. But to access that value we can present, we need opportunities, and many of those opportunities are fomented by an education,